welcome back to my channel Kenjuris, and today I will be continuing my series Win32 API, which I am teaching you how to create GUI application with the C purpose here. And again, yeah. So previously we have learned how the Hungarian notation and the white thing means here. And now today we will covering how the window what is the window means in the Win32 API and the what entry point means in the Win32 API here. And before starting that, I will be covering you for you because I think so. Some of you want to continue this series within their own Visual Studio code. So how to compile your Win32 APIs application, I will be showing that also. And yeah, so first of all, what does the window means? So Windows means that you have a window here which have first of all, if you are familiar with something like previous libraries related to graphics applications for OpenGL and Vulkan, or maybe Pygame, or maybe you have tried learn from the course some of this, so you will see that the create window is a function available to you which help you to create a window. But in the context to window meaning actually, first of all, what the if you're not familiar with anything done previously, nothing related to the GUI application, so window represent as the commonly for every person will think that if you are familiar doing previously done also this, so window means this whole window. This is a whole window. Wait a minute. Yeah. So this is a whole window, and yeah. Okay. So this is a whole window, but in Win32 API, it's not limited to this calling as window. I do not know whether the other library does follow the same or UI, they are also called as window. But from my point of view, the window from Win32 point of view, for me, which I have only done that as a natively in C++. So this also, this is in the official document, it also stated that this is a window, 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 and this is a window. Everything that you see that this is UI component is also considered as window. And if you do not know what the UI and the component means, UI means maybe user interface. Yeah, user interface. So first of all, we are creating the GUI application, which is graphic user interface. And yeah, this is a window, and these are the windows. And then first of all, and also these buttons, such as these buttons, are also considered as window here. You create this button and does this. So everything is window because you are interacting with it, and because you think that window, suppose we assume that window does one thing. So first, and also, so every maybe I'm wrong some along this, but I'm mostly believe this I'm right here. So you can create your own custom, but window are these all things components. So we call this windows, and window do not confuse with Windows operating system with the window meaning here. Window means the application. So first of all, this is the main window here. This is the main window we call to differentiate. This is the main window, and these are the what you call this standard UI elements. Also, yeah, this is a window. So UI control windows they are called because these are UIs and this that. So again, this is the frame. Now let's start with. Let me show you an empty window here. F5. So you would see. Wait. Does it open on the, yeah, different screen? So this is an empty window. So this will be considered as the frame here. So frame is this portion of the window. this thin line, and it can, oh, it is not resizable. Can enable resizable, but okay. So this is a window you have minimize, maximize, and I don't know what does it call. This is a title bar, and this is a caption you call it. Because why do I call it caption? Because many of the Windows application write it to fill when you are filling the text there. So passing the arguments there in the parameters, it will call as caption here, and then this will be the normal text or something. So normal text is not the text they have written. They say argument, say parameter name will be there. There will be some text there as calling the inside thing. So yeah, okay, wait, what do I do? Yeah. So this is that, and this will be how you close it. So after that, let me state some of the point that Windows put in their website, which is window occupies a certain portion of the screen, and it can be visible or not be visible according to the moment you are doing this, and it know how to draw itself because it will handle how does this interact with your response, like hovering over it. And hovering term, you can, if you're web developer or something, know something, some written web and CSS, there will be a hover thing. That's why I'm calling it hover. Maybe some, or maybe you can say I'm crossing over this, and you will see some animation present and done. And if I perform this close operation and to close this source file or what? Yeah, source file. CP file. Yeah, source file. And according to the movement it will be visible or not, because I have closed this now. This way is not visible, and again I can open this up, or maybe this is different, but yeah, you get the point here. And it know how to draw itself, and it will respond according to the window application, the window command. Because if I go there and do this here like PowerShell, and I here, sorry. And also one more thing, that if you previously seen what the handle means, okay, no, not now. So you will go there in this application here. Sorry, yeah, you go there, right click and press. So OS now it says that close yourself. So you have the handle to it. So window also have its own handle, so it will close directly from here. So that's what does mean that it responds to your OS events. Yeah, so like some malicious software is running, you can end their process. Yeah. Now, Windows not limited to. There's one more thing that Windows means when you are classically doing some, like if you are familiar with Visual Studio, that's why I'm doing Visual Studio. You control plus O, or maybe you just actually go there, file, open a file, go there, select some file there. So you see, this is not relevant to us, but the file context, but you get the point. The new window is opened. So again, maybe in the settings, they also done this. No, 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 not. They have not done this. So yeah, what I'm saying, yeah. So you when you're creating your folder, so you have seen this is working. I can't interact this because this is called this is called child window. So this is called your child window, and this child window will have the terms to it. And what am I doing? Wait a minute, wait a minute. Yeah. So as you can see, now this is the window. You have get the window that it will have their on parent and child relationship. Now also can go to no, okay, that's fine. Now what I'm doing? Yeah. So now what is window handle? I have previously explained you the window handle. What was the window handle? Like previously, see, we have created a window. When you have created a window, it will return a handle to it, and it will be in that data type such as handle to a window, H window, which is something like this term, H window. To get the point clear, I can show you some of the how does this look like with the rolling code. Sorry, what I'm typing. IO stream, so I should Windows. H window is the term which is means under to a window. That's why it highlighted. So it won't work inside this main function. I will get to that point later. Now, first of all, H window is there. H window, we can say this, or H. Typically, the name will be convention will be to name as the H window. Here, you can create a window extended with passing this value. So you get the point here that it will give you this, and you can later destroy this window. There's something like I'm not teaching you destroy window which you let's comment it. Now see what the argument does they take. They take this window. They have this window have their own unique address, so they make or maybe when you are creating this, it will create its own ID. So you can even look deeper into it, like what does the HWin means. You can go there and see declared handle and declared handle, unused struct with a pointer to the name. You can deep dive in it, and you don't need to check everything inside it. I'm just doing for fun. Like you can understand if you mm, read it clearly, you can understand everything here, but I'm not focusing on that. So yeah, this is the window. You can create or destroy it according to your needs, and this is the handle towards the window, and that's that. And now again with the what is a sprint coordination inside the window. So maybe I've done it. Yeah. So what is a window? So when you create a window, it will look like, say, what is the coordinate system inside the window means? Well, it means that you have client. Okay, yeah, I am not covered the client area. So client area is that you have seen this window. So this thing this will call as frame. This is not the best example you see. Uh, maybe this new area will be in that sense. Maybe I should use my own. Oh, I have closed this. So I can take this as a example. Also, this is a non-client area, and this is inside will be the client area. Non-client area includes this also area because you are not client is not supposed to be handling this. This should be handled by the OS. So this is a frame and also called as non-client area, which is also include this outside area also non-client area, and within it it will be the client area where you will draw and do things, do some OpenGL, do some Volcano, do it some DirectX, doing some metal. What we are doing DirectX and maybe OpenGL or maybe Vulkan. Yeah. So how does that progress? So you can see there will be this will be your x coordinate. I should use process three. Maybe a little bit uglier, but that's fine. Too much not uglier here. Try not to be too much uglier here. So now it will be something like supposedly you take 10 here and 10 here. Then you do one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. What happened? Nine and 10. Sorry for my drawing. I'm not that much good at it. What happening? Why does it stop me? So you supposedly want to draw a simple button saying okay here. So supposedly it will be what happening. Why my cursor is going down. Okay button. So it will be this coordinate. So which will be 1 by 1. You draw it here. You want to draw this here with this being not as much it. And what happen if you place it outside this? So it will be clipped and will not be shown in this area. So it will not render this element onto the screen. And that's that. So this will be the button you will see onto the client area. This is the okay. So this will be the height, sorry, width here, and this will be the height here, and width goes as width, comma height, or x, comma y. This points, whatever. I'm just reading you the logic here. We've been doing this. So this is that. This is a client and this area, and I want to make it a fast video, so that's why I'm not talking too much, or maybe I'm covering everything. Yeah. So now let's proceed with the window entry point. And window entry point is because your application, because as you have seen in the previous video, I have discussed that you can't use Unicode and you want your entry point to be different and window does it differently. So window help do it differently. So what do you mean by entry point? So entry point is the main function you will see here. The main function, like this is the main function. So this will be the entry point here. Entry point in common applications and in other library you will see. Now previously you have to do something in SDL you have to require SDL2 it has to require you to do this and not this you can always do this no problem with that but SDL3 fixes it and most of the library does not require you to pass in any just empty parentheses it's really fine here yeah and that's that. What does it do? Well, you can have how many arguments are there. So you can, for the fun of it, you can do the last argument to be printed. Sorry. If nothing, then it will show you the path because you will understand why it does this. And I'm not teaching you specifically the C plus here and see anything related to this. So that not be my part to cover here. You can look up the video online, but count will represent how many arguments are passing here. So whatever the length will be, we just substitute one here and we are fine here. And we can do the standard and line. I will be using G++ here. So you have entered this argument, which is this line here. And if you now what does this do differently? You can say to create Win32, whatever I'm saying. You can see this is the last argument you are doing here. So maybe you're asking, can I do this? What will be the last? I will say last, and last will be the last one. So it will help you to do this. And that's how window, so this is the entry point serve as the purpose. Now for if it now for Windows, it will be differ. In window, it will be totally different. Totally not, completely not, but it is different. So before that, you have to mention that you are using using Unicode by mentioning this here. Everything is done can be done on this C code, but we are not handling C here, so we are not doing this. We are going to do everything in C++, and that's that. Okay, now. So Win32 API entry point will be look like something like this. Int with following with Win API, which will be just this here standard call, call as this and define this. This is a define of this thing and this standard call. I do not know what does this mean, but generally you have to put it here. Generally not. You have to put it here, but I do not quite know why this. Then you have the win-win. This is the main function. So this is the endpoint. You have to pass in this, all this. Now, you should remember this thing because you can, or you cannot, because you can easily look up on the internet and type it out, or maybe copy out. I generally say you should remember this, but you can go with this or this long pointer and this pointer. Okay, long pointer concept is that the long pointer is used very old in the this era in 16-bit operating systems, and also this H prevents instance is also in the 16-bit. So nowadays it just doesn't mean anything here. So yeah, and this is what do we call it? Yeah, yeah. So nine. And finally, how does the this will show and it's written 0. So starting from the first instance, we are registering this procedure into the handles, which is something look like this. Yeah, this, this is this is the transmitter. So this is the processes, and if you full screen it, so in the performance, you see there will be the handles. Yeah, this is the handles. So these many handlers are working on concurrently over the operating system. So as you can see, this is doing so many things. Yeah. So yeah, you are registering one handle now here. So that's that. And now let's go with the application. Yeah, this is now you have started the application. So, and what does the last two means? Well, this one means that you are again with the same argument you're passing the command shell starting with like this here. And the final doesn't mean that it will be string constant. Actually, I do not know what does this means. I've not looked thoroughly deeply into it, but for now, this means that you are what? Yeah, how the Windows started. So you can see some application, any application, you go there, properties, and go to some digital signatures, more details. You will see generally advanced. No, what is this doesn't have it. Okay, you can go with some Windows application, like this browser application, and go to the property. and you will see um, run as these. These are the argument that they are passing. Normal window, minimize or maximize. So that's exactly what we are passing in here. Do you want your application or game to start at the full screen or the small screen, minimize or whatever ratio you are selected? Three are the options. Then what? Then creating the window, I will be covering in the later videos and for not left you just hanging on with this window brush and doing nothing here. I will just do a small message box just to reward you that you have done some graphics here finally. So this will be the starting with the handle. So we are not created, just created the window. So so you don't have any parent owner Windows relation like that. Parent child it is differently, but they called it owners here. So we haven't had anything, so it won't stop the previous instance and do this window, new window, doing this, and then will be the what inside goes, yeah, message box inside the message box function. So I will say thanks for watching this video and just use some symbol smiling. Then we say maybe say this as what do you think? And finally, what kind of message box is this? So this follows as message box, then yes or no. Okay, we just want to say okay here. So this is that. And how to compile this? Well, you have to do this. Okay, just to type it myself in win32 com unit code. Just type it again with this unit code. It is shown in my new window, and you can finally use some Unicode. It may, it you will see definitely colored if you there is some tweaking to do, but you can definitely see this because as you see, this application also displays this. So this is TypeScript application, but underlying everything, it's the C code calling this function natively. So that what is you can see, and you just do not feel upset. You can create yes and no. This doesn't mean anything now from the this thing and means this now. Why you are saying yes and no, and thanks for watching this video. So again, you can say reply. Something like that. Reply is maybe not the correct term to put in to state here. What we will do is reply equal to ID. Okay, so yes, if it's yes, I will just directly say yes. Or you can just make a good game out of it like this. But for now, I want to see some simplicity. Okay, you can't do this now inside this any because it won't show this here. Don't show this anything here. It will not still show inside the console because console you have to create yourself with the Win32 API to shorten this process. So again, we will just come to compilation of this and this doesn't mean anything, but just to clear up the topic, you can go this and it will do some crazy stuff. But as you can see, this is what we have done. And thanks for watching my videos. And I'm teaching very blindly because I have previously recorded the video, and the video voice is totally cracked. My voice is not heard by my I'm using the laptop's mic. That's why my voice is bad. You can listen that my voice is totally bad when you're listening my voice. Yeah, and also my voice is totally bad from the get-go. So you completely unaudible. So I had to re-record everything. That's why I'm feeling a little bit down, having power here, because I previously talked the whole thing, and for I have expanded the previous recording as 50 minutes clip, but now I have to redo this. Or maybe this video also, I do not know. Maybe the voice do not be heardable in this video also. So finally, I will just post this video. So thanks for watching this video, and appreciate it. You provide me some feedback here, like am I doing bad job, or should I do some specific thing within this? Like I do not know actually, because as you can see, this video. Previously, I just record. Okay, that's fine. I should close up the video here. You don't want to be talking. My This is not my thought video. Okay, bye. So thanks for again watching this video.